Nutrition. It's kind of complicated, guys. It doesn't have to be, but it just is by nature. What our bodies need from month to month changes, and certainly decade to decade. From person to person, there's even more changes. So, what can we do to simplify this thing? Because, constantly trying to rack our brains about what we shouldn't and shouldn't be eating really just adds to our stress of our life, and we certainly don't need any more of that. So, what I want to do is to give you 3 nutritional hacks that if you do these 3 things, you do not need to really stress or worry about what else is happening in your diet, because you're going to be at the top of your game. You're going to optimize your health in such a way where the other things are less significant. Of course, we don't want to go to any extremes in any area of our nutrition, but if you do these 3 things, the other things will fall into place more organically, 1, and 2, you will reduce so many risk factors that your imperfection in other areas will not matter. Number one, hydration. We underestimate what dehydration does to our body. In summary, it makes you feel like trash. If you weigh 200 pounds, you need to drink 100 ounces of water every day. You weigh 150, you need to be drinking 75 ounces of water every day. Do the calculation, put your weight in, divided by 2, and that's how many ounces of water you need to drink every day. Number 2, you need to consume, and that means put it in your mouth, chew up the whole thing, and swallow it. 6 cups of lightly packed dark leafy greens. Spinach, Swiss chard, collards, turnips, kale. Mix it up. Bok chow. Mix it up, saute it, smoothie it, all of it, consume it. 6 lightly packed cups every single day. Number 3. You know what I'm going to say. You already know. You already know. You know what I'm going to say. Yes, you do. You do. You do. Stop eating so much sugar. I didn't. No. Don't want to hear it. Stop eating all of that sugar and foods that digest in your body and just turn into sugar. Sugar comes in 50 million different ways. You need to be privy of what those things are and avoid them. Condiments. Lots of sugar hide in condiments. Your bread products. What else is it providing you other than sugar and carbohydrates? Not to say that you should never have them, but what else is it providing you? If it's not providing you anything else but a place to slab the butter, I promise you there are other places. Pasta. My love, okay? My love. You can't eat it all the time. You just can't. Can't have that and health. You just can't. Okay? So you have to manage these things. Sugar, candy, donuts, cake. We already know that. I shouldn't have to explain that. But be mindful of the way it places that sugar hide in foods that are not sweet at all. Sometimes they're savory. You need to be mindful of that. Your condiments is a huge place. Your coffee and tea routine. What are we putting in that every single day? How many times are we having it? It adds up. So be mindful of places that hide sugar. We need to eliminate sugar down to below the recommended daily amount of sugar. For women, that's 6 teaspoons. That's where you need to be hanging at. For men, there's some indication that you can go up to about 9. But I would like to see what you could do by eliminating added sugar all and entirely for just 4 to 6 weeks to see what your body feels like. Then you can come back up to incrementally to see how you respond to adding a little bit more sugar and carbohydrates into your diet. Okay? Juice, just no. We were never meant to be consuming fruit in that way ever in a million years. Think about how beautiful and scattered and scarce it looks as it's on the tree. Does it look like you're supposed to shake down 3 of those trees, dump them in a bucket, smush them all down, and turn it into 1 bottle of drink that you can ingest in 2 days? No, you're supposed to savor it. So that's what you do. You savor these things that were created to be delights that we enjoy and take our time with. If you do it the way it was created in nature, you'll be fine, okay? I don't believe in the fact that you're supposed to never touch a fruit and all of these things. Really? That's how we're going to be optimal health? That's how mean our creator is? He's going to make all these things, all these beautiful, alluring colors to attract us, make them smell like heaven on earth, and say, yeah, but if you eat them, you're never going to be as healthy as you could. I don't think so. I think everything is about moderation, self-control, discipline, and, and understanding. And if we approach these foods in that matter, you can be okay. Now, obviously, in your unique state, if you have a specific health condition that puts avoiding fruit entirely as a necessity, I absolutely think that you should avoid fruit. I don't think you should make excuses about all of these things and how amazing the fruit is. There's lots of things that are amazing about our creation, and sometimes we are given a challenge that excludes us from that. It's just very simple. It feels amazing to run my toes through the grass on a beautiful sunny day, but I am very much aware that there are lots of people who don't have feeling in their toes and don't have the mobility to run them through any grass. We all have our different challenges, and if yours is a disease stage which requires you to avoid all forms of sugar, even in moderation, even in self-control and self-management, then you need to do that so that you can be healthy, okay? So, you and me, we're going to do this. You're going to drink your water, eat your leafy greens, and avoid that sugar, and you'll be fine. You'll feel great.